Hello everyone, my name is Javon.
I'm Aisha.
And I'm Blondina.
And we are Identity. You guys, we are so excited about today's video. We are going to be a little vulnerable in this video. So, yes, today's topic is the imperfect perfectionist.
The unperfect.
Yes, the imperfect perfectionist. So, it's 2017. And everyone is trying to be perfect, whether it's movie stars or us, during our day-to-day routine. Everyone is trying to get everything just right, and we know from firsthand that is just not how life is.
Right.
So today's video, we're going to be talking about different things in our lives that we're just not perfect at, and just sharing a little bit about our journey, about things that we love to be perfect at, but we're just not. So stay tuned. All right, so what question are we going to be answering today?
Okay. Well, it is let me look at you. Right? Okay, I'm sorry. That's my crazy mistake. Here we go. How do you find perfection in imperfection? You. We're going to talk about ours, but you're going to talk about yours too.
Yes. Okay. So, I guess I'll kick it off with my little story. So, the first thing that comes to mind for me is cooking. I am not the best cook, you guys. Like, I try, but I'm just not.
Right.
So, when I first got engaged to my husband, I am thinking, okay, we're getting ready to get married. It's time for me to be the wife. So I need to cook. So I come from a mother who is basically a chef. She is amazing. She cooks, 3 meals plus, a day. She's just a really, really good cook. My grandmother's a good cook. Most of the women that I know cook, So I don't know why, but I thought that it was just something that you wake up one day and you just do. And I discovered that that is not how it works. I am not a good cook. So let me tell you about the last time I burned something. Now, keep in mind, this story, there's plenty more before it, but this is just the last time I burned something. So, this was a couple of weeks ago. I was trying to make rice. Not that hard to cook, but apparently you can still burn it. So, my pot is on the stove, the water's boiling. I'm like, cool, I'm getting ready to pour my rice in there. So, somehow the rice kind of slipped under the pot. And before I could even think, what is that burning smell? There are flames shooting out the bottom of the pot. And I'm just like, oh, Lord. My son is right there, so my first thought was to grab him and then to just stare at the flames because I literally don't know what to do. So my husband comes around the corner and he's blowing, trying to get him out, and thank God he was able to get it out.
Oh my goodness.
But y'all, that was my attempt at making rice. So I said all that to say that I am still learning how to cook. Okay. There are certain things that I can make really, really well, such as oatmeal, boiling the water in the microwave, putting the oats in it, mixing it up with some butter, cool, right? Eggs, I can cook eggs, certain things that I can cook very, very well. But what I'm learning, because it'll be 4 years next month, 4 years of marriage. So, thank you. But what I have learned, you guys, is that it's okay that I'm not a good cook. And it wasn't until I sat down and looked myself in the eyes in the mirror and said, it's okay. You're really good at other things, but cooking, not so much. But it's okay. And there was just kind of a sigh of relief, okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to live. I'm going to make it if I'm not the best cook. So.
I have to say though, when we went to your house, you made us spaghetti one time.
It was good. It was pretty good. Spaghetti.
So I will teach you those skills.
Yeah, 3 ingredients, cool. let's not go past the 3 ingredients though.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm really good at one pot meals.
Oh.
Where I went wrong with whatever dish I was making, it was more than one pot. So it had the rice and it had the meat and I probably had something else. Yeah, no, let's keep it in one pot.
There you go. There you go. I get it.
Crock pot.
Wow.
Even better. Even better.
Right?
Although I burnt greens in a crock pot.
What?
I didn't know you were supposed to put water in it. That's another topic. Okay. Next.
Oh my goodness. Next.
Oh my god.
I called my mom. I was like, "What is this? What is wrong with it?"
Oh my goodness. That's too funny.
Wow. Yeah. Next.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know if you can top that.
I don't think I can. One of my biggest imperfections. I do a lot of presentations for my day job, and we'll be doing more workshops as an identity team too. And obviously we do a web show as well. And I stutter. So if you really listen carefully when I'm speaking, sometimes you can hear my stutter or a word comes out wrong. It happens often. And so I have to be very cognizant and really present when I'm speaking so that I can get my thought across. But I've really come to peace about stuttering because I feel like it's a flaw, but yet God still allows me to speak for my day job and this group as well. And I do share that sometimes when I'm speaking before a group. I feel like sometimes it encourages them too, that regardless of what flaw or limitation you might have, you still can move forward in whatever it is that you're working on. So that's mine personally. So.
I did not know that.
Right.
And I have never seen you stutter. So
If you listen really carefully, sometimes you can hear it.
yeah.
I'm telling people
Yeah.
to listen to
Right.
That's okay. You do an excellent job.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was really good.
Definitely. Far as in mine, so we can go on. But far as in my perfections and imperfections, well, I'm a person of detail and I like things to be thorough and accurate. So my imperfection in that is I'm not fast. So when I'm doing something, I take my time, but I guarantee you it's going to be done right. You don't never have to go back to, look it over. And in today's society, it's kind of hard because everything is quick. Any job you go to, we got to get numbers. And it's like, but then they're going back and all these mistakes is happening and all of this. And it's like, but once I'm done, I'm done. And you can guarantee it's going to be right. So I had to learn how to accept that. And if you want me to go fast, sorry, I'm going to do the best I can. But I'm not going to get up to that speed. And I have to accept that about me and not let other people rush me.
Right.
And that's what people will constantly pressure you, rushing you. It's like, look, I'm not going here. You're going to get mad or whatever, but I have to be me. And when you calm down and you accept who you are. And not only that, but your perfection comes better when you work on you, stay in your lane.
Yes.
When you stay in your lane and don't try to be like everybody else or do what everybody else is doing, because when you do what you do, you perfect that more. Yes. Because I think Joyce Myers was talking about that. If you're like a 5, you're a 5 in piano, but you're maybe like a 7 or 8 in doing accounting. It's like, don't try to go and get perfected in piano, get perfected in your accounting, so that way you can be a 10 in whatever you do.
That's
So,
awesome.
stay awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow.
Okay, so you guys, I have another one. So this one is very near and dear to my heart. You ladies know that I have a son, my first baby. He is 1.5 years now, thank God. And my imperfectionist comes out oftentimes in trying to be a mother. Obviously, this is my first time doing it, but when our son was a lot younger, my husband spent a lot more time with him than I was able to. And so oftentimes my son would be crying and, throwing tantrums, and I'm like, okay, It's like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why is he crying?
Right.
And my husband would come over and like do something or like give him what he wanted, and then he'd stop crying. And I'd be like, hold on.
That's not fair.
I'm the mama. Like, I'm supposed to know what's going on with my baby. And our son is a year and a half, and my husband still knows more about how to calm him down and what he wants, more so than I do. And it's crazy because in today's society, everyone's always like, the mama, the mama, the mama. But in our situation, it's different. And so what happened was I found myself feeling down and feeling discouraged because I'm like, I'm a good mom, right? You know, and the bottom line is yes. You know, I take care of my son the absolute best way that I can. But my husband is just an amazing dad. Like, he just is. He has that connection with our son that is just parallel to none. And I had to be okay with not being that person. I'm going to give it my absolute best, my all, plus some. And that's it. You know, that that's a period. There's no comma there. That's a period. And I have to set boundaries with myself as well, because when my thought patterns start going to, okay, are you really doing enough? I have to shut it down. I have to tell myself, no, you are a great mother. You know, you take care of your child, you give him your all, and that's it. So I had to find myself being, I don't know, perfect in my imperfection. As a mother.
Absolutely.
I think you also should realize that a father's relationship with a child is different than a mother's. You know, and to be honest with you, you know, especially with your husband being a good dad, you know, your son knows that sternness. Like, daddy ain't gonna play if I do this wrong. But they know they can get away with murder with mama because her heart is just like out there for her baby. And your little Junior, he is such a charmer.
Yes, he is.
So just know that you are doing an excellent job. You know, and you have to be, you know, be confident in that you are. You both just have different roles that work with him. You know, and he knows what he can pull with mama because he got her heart. And he know what he got with daddy. Yeah. Exactly.
Like, you want next time it's 12 o'clock midnight, but here you go.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, I have so many flaws. I'm trying to think in my head, which one? I think one area where I try to be perfect in, but I'm really not, I appear to be very organized.